Alright guys, so what we have here is the brand new gallery series. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the first ones in the state with it. Here in the state of Georgia. This is formulated specifically for, as you can see here, cabinet and millwork. They say it's on par with the Renner 1K without having to add any hardener. Unfortunately, all they had for me to demo was the semi-gloss. Most of my clients actually prefer the satin finish, but we're going to take a look at it and see how it performs. I actually had the liberty of shooting this at the Sherwin Pro Show a couple of weeks ago, and boy, let me tell you, this stuff is pretty amazing. So let's get into it. So one of the first things that I notice is how thin it is. I actually recently upgraded to the Titan 115 because the machine that I had previously was having a hard time spraying that urethane enamel, which is much thicker. So my older machine, I would have to water it down in order to spray it. But I think I'm going to actually try to spray it out of my older machine here, because this is like water. This is awesome. Alright guys, so we're gonna put this stuff to the test. What I have here is an old dresser out in the garage. It's a little beat up, it's a little dusty, and as you can see, there's a good bit of sheen on there. So we're not going to sand it. We're not going to scuff it. We're going to just spray it and see if this stuff lives up to the hype. I'll be right back. So what we're going to be using today is the Fuji spray. Had a little incident here. It's the Semi Pro 2. Now I have since upgraded to a Titan 115, which has been doing great things. But for a starter unit, let me tell you guys, you can't go much better than this. I've done a lot of cabinet refinishing with this. It was having some problems spraying the thicker material without thinning it, which is why I upgraded to the 115. But let me tell you, this gallery series is so thin, I honestly feel like without thinning it, this Semi Pro 2 will have no issues getting a nice flat finish. So we're going to start it up. Here we go. Yeah, just like I suspected, the little engine that could had no problem atomizing that paint without thinning it. Now, this is supposed to be stain blocking. I am seeing a little yellowing coming out from the wood. And it's a tiny spot there. Of course, this is just the first coat. So we're gonna let this dry for about 30 minutes, and then we'll come back. We'll put another coat on there, see how it goes. This is a semi-gloss. A lot of my clients actually prefer satin, but this semi-gloss doesn't look half bad. I think once it flashes, it won't be quite so shiny. But I'll see you guys in 30 minutes. The sun is catching me. This is about 45 minutes later. It's supposed to be dry to the touch within 30 minutes. Did that about 10 minutes ago. Should have waited the full 30. But this is at the 45 mark. And I'm actually wiping it pretty good. There's no smudging, there's no smearing. So far, so good. Like I said, this is only after about 45 minutes. I know if I did this with the urethane enamel after 45 minutes, I'd be pulling paint off on my finger. But as you can see, that's pretty clean. It's a clean finger there. Yeah, nothing there. So, I'm pretty much sold. I'm gonna do another coat and I'll come back, check it out tomorrow. Yeah, so far I'm sold. A little bit of yellow in there, but say after about 3 coats, that should cover.
Your weight clock.
All right, we're back for 24 hours later. I've been playing around with this stuff a little bit. Now, what I have noticed that in some areas, the adhesion is very good. Does not scratch off at all. You can see me putting the dent in the wood there, but then in some areas, see that? No bueno. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set up a few different scenarios. It does suggest only spraying 5 mils thick for each coat. I'll be honest, I was a little excited and I sprayed a little bit heavier than what they recommended. So what I'm gonna do is set up a different scenario to where I actually spray thinner coats and just do more of those coats. I'm thinking I maybe want to do 4 very light coats just to see, but the places where the adhesion is good, I mean, this is really good, especially just for 24 hours. And remember, this was no sanding, no primer. So I'm going to set up a few different scenarios where I sand and where I prime. I'm going to spray the primer. I'm going to set up where I roll the primer. And then again, this product can only be sprayed. So I'm going to spray over those primers and then thinner coats and see what we come up with. All right, guys. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shells we're going to be using today. And the right side has been sanded and the left side has not been sanded. So for the top shelf, we're going to just spray the 5 mils as recommended. Thinking about doing 4 coats on each side. On the second shelf, we're going to roll a primer both sides and then spray. Third shelf, we're going to also roll a primer and then spray. Fourth shelf, we're going to spray a primer and then top coat. And the bottom shelf, we're going to spray a primer and then top coat. So the primers that I've had the most amount of success with, if I'm in a pinch, don't have a lot of time, I'll usually do the quick dry stain blocking primer. And another one that I like to use is the Extreme Bond Primer. Sorry, it's covered up. Both of these are Sherwin-Williams products. I'm prone to the Extreme Bond because I find I don't have to sand as much. The primer is actually formulated to stick to plastics and shiny surfaces, and I find that it adheres very well on cabinets that haven't been sanded down very well. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these scenarios set up, and we'll do the top coat, and we'll come back in a couple of days and we'll see the results. All right, so this has been about 12 hours, give or take. So again, we got sanded on the right, non-sanded on the left. Today we're going to go ahead and spray with the recommended amount per coat. Right here we have the quick dry rolled. Right here we have the Extreme Bond rolled. Right here we have the quick dry sprayed. And down here, which is definitely the best coverage to me, the Extreme Bond Rolled, and I did 2 coats of each, so 2 coats of rolled and 2 coats of spray. All right, let's get some paint on here and we'll see what happens. All right guys, so it has been a full 24 hours, should be fully cured by now. So again, the right side was sanded, the left side was not. Top shelf, no primer. Second shelf, we rolled the quick dry stain blocking primer, then sprayed. Third shelf, we rolled the Extreme Bond primer, then sprayed. Fourth shelf, we sprayed the quick dry primer and then sprayed the paint. And then bottom shelf, we sprayed the Extreme Bond primer and then we sprayed the paint. So we've got 10 different scenarios here total, and I have my assistant coming in to help out. We're going to see what the results are. All right, this is my assistant. She's going to start right here at the top to see if she can scratch that paint off with the screwdriver. All right, it's holding up pretty good. All right, let's try this side. Okay, not bad, good. All right, so now we're gonna come on the edges, see if you can scratch right here on the edge. Holding up pretty good. Oh, we got a little bit of nick there, but not too bad. I'll come over here on this side. Okay, so we see that. So we definitely would want to sand those down. All right, so now we're gonna come down to the second cell, see if you can scratch that. Holding up pretty good. All right, see if you can scratch the edge. Right there. Up. Got a little bit coming off, but not much. All right, try this side. Good. This is with a flathead screwdriver. All right, we're gonna do the edges with the nail. So we got a little bit, but not too bad. All right, we're gonna come down to the third shelf. See if you scratch that side. All right, let's get in there good. Oh yeah, it's holding up really nice. All right, let's do this side. Oh, look at there. Good coverage. All right, let's do this one. Good, getting in there really good. So as you can see, we are scarring the wood, but the paint is definitely holding up. All right, I'm gonna come this side, try the nail. Oh, so we got a little bit. Yeah, so we got a little bit coming off. So general consensus so far is you definitely want to prime with this stuff first. All right, now we're gonna come down to the sprayed drawers. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna come on the side with the nail. Oh, got a little bit, but not too much. All right, let's come to this side. Good. It's getting there really good. Yeah, this stuff's pretty nice. Oh, wait a minute. See that? So yeah, again, this is the unsanded side. So far, the unsanded side is not holding up nearly as well. All right, go to the edge. Yeah. And the last one, right here. Good, let's get that really good. So as you can see, guys, it's holding up. It's not breaking through the paint or the primer. I'm gonna do an edge test. So we got a little bit here, but not too much. All right, let's do this side. All right, good. We'll do the edge test. Huh. Oh, there we go. Got a little bit coming off there. All right. All right, guys. So we'll be back with the conclusion. Say bye-bye. All right, guys, so conclusion. This stuff is actually pretty good. Even without sanding or priming, it does hold up. It does hold up fairly well. But the general consensus is for the best coverage and the best durability after a total of 48 hours. I would definitely say sanding and then rolling the Extreme Bond primer. 2 coats of Extreme Bond primer, 1 coat of the Gallery, sand it, and then 2 more coats, sand in between each coat, and that seems to be the best durability. I'm not able to scratch it off on the edge, and you can see the nice deep marks here, so it is damaging the wood, but as you can see, the paint, primer are definitely still intact. Second up would be, I would say, spraying the quick block and then spraying the paint. Spraying the Extreme Bond didn't hold up quite as well, but that could be an error on my part. I may have thinned it out just a little bit too much. Again, we were using the Fuji Semi-Pro 2, which is a very basic entry-level sprayer. I honestly think had I used the Titan 115 or the Graco Fine Finish Pro, maybe the 9.5, I wouldn't have to have thinned it down as much, and it would have gotten better atomization. But again, for an entry-level sprayer, I did thin it out. I may have just thinned it out a little bit too much. As you can see here along the edges, we got a lot of peeling with the Extreme Bond. It does hold up pretty good on the flat surfaces though. Well, tell me what you think. Thoughts, comments. I'm definitely a believer, especially since I can readily get this at any Sherwin-Williams. The renter can be a little bit hard to find at times. Sometimes I have to have it shipped, but with being able to just walk into the Sherwin-Williams store and pick this up, I definitely think we got a game changer. Thanks for watching.